I was beautifully surprised when I walked into that room and saw her, and okay, well, I really have to up my game.
Growing up, we are bombarded with fairy tale princess stories from Cinderella to Snow White and Sleeping Beauty. These stories tend to be similar. There's an antagonist, like a stepmother who doubles as an evil witch, a fairy godmother to spruce things up.
What do you think your mother would have thought of Meghan or said about Meghan?
Oh, they'd be thick as thieves.
And finally, a Prince Charming, who swoops in and saves the day. They get married and live happily ever after. Or do they? There is the story of Princess Diana, but that's for another day. Every little girl knows these stories and wants to be a princess, and every little boy wants to be a prince. As much as we all dream about it, most of us will never come close to meeting royalty, let alone marrying a royal. Then in comes actress Meghan Markle.
What I mean is, like, you're way too cute to be just a FedEx girl. I mean, you gotta be like a model or actress or something, right?
A biracial 35-year-old American divorcee who does what most of us could only dream of. And she gets engaged to Prince Harry, no less. Talk about luck. No American has ever married into the royal family. Compared to Kate Middleton, Prince William's wife, Meghan might require a little more polishing to fit into her role as a princess, and to do this, she was required to make a few changes before she could become Prince Harry's fiancé. So what are these changes Meghan Markle made? Let's find out.
I don't see it as giving anything up. I just see it as a change.
It's a new challenge.
It's a new chapter.
Meghan Markle dropped her career.
We should do this.
This is so exciting.
Meghan has graced our screens with unforgettable roles in Horrible Bosses,
What's going on here?
Sorry?
Is this one of those hidden camera shows?
What do you mean?
When Sparks Fly, and The Dater's Handbook. She's also appeared in television series like Castle,
She's Snow White.
It looks like we've got a fairy tale killer on our hands.
Without a Trace, and who could forget her role as Rachel Zane in the popular series Suits? This young lady had such a promising career, and her characters have always been so adorable. In order to become a royal, though, Meghan had to give up her promising acting career. It seems the women in the royal family are not allowed to hold public jobs, and acting is as public as it can get. Seems like a fair trade for being a princess. Don't get me wrong, it's not all parties and cups of tea as a princess. They do work, but their work is more for social good than monetary gain. Her acting is now a thing of the past, and instead she'll be involved in social engagements and meetings. They are expected to hold their own and help the country in its diplomatic engagements. And with Prince Philip planning to retire, their workload has just increased. Liking this video so far? Show us some love and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. Now, let's continue. Meghan moved out of her rented house.
You know, I know that I'm in love with this girl, and I hope that she's in love with me.
Independent women love their freedom, and a woman's apartment is her pride and joy. But when one is about to become a royal princess, rental houses in villages are a no-no. Princesses belong in castles and palaces.
It is you.
That's been the norm throughout history, with both fairy tales and reality. While filming episodes of Suits in Toronto, Meghan lived in Seton Village in a rental house. While this is classy enough for us ordinary people, and it was for her before her status changed, she had to give up the house in order to marry Harry, since a princess or princess-to-be cannot be alone. Part of the How to Be a Princess guide says that the royals should always be accompanied by someone. This is both to protect their honor as well as their security. She's required to always be guarded, so bye-bye lonely drives and dinners alone. A princess-to-be translates into money, and where the money is, potential kidnappers are aplenty. And what spells easy target more than a lady living alone in a house in some village? Seems the royals want to take no chances, and she was required to move out as soon as the 7th season of Suits wrapped up. Even with the loss of freedom, this is a small price to pay for the privilege of being a princess.
One step at a time, and hopefully we'll start a family in the near future.
Keeping her political views to herself.
You're not just voting for a woman if it's Hillary just because she's a woman.
This couple is truly in love. They dated for over 6 months before people started nitpicking at the relationship, and while most of Harry's previous girlfriends have balked at the media onslaught that is often directed at them, Meghan seems to be made of tougher stuff. Probably because she has always been in the limelight, or because she also enjoys Harry's protection as he tells them to keep off. This love is what pushed her to say yes to Prince Harry.
She didn't even let me finish. She said, can I say yes, can I this? And then there was hugs, and I had the ring in my finger, and I was like, can I give you the ring?
And one of the things thing she had to compromise on to keep this happiness was her political views. Meghan has been known to be quite vocal in her support of human rights, and she doesn't hold back, especially on her tweets. Being in the limelight, she has made no secrets about her political views, but this seems to be a thing of the past.
With as misogynistic as Trump is and so vocal about it.
To marry Harry, Meghan had to delete all of her social media accounts. She can no longer contribute to any debate, however oppressing the issue may be.
In doing this, we remind women that their involvement matters.
Another downside to being a royal is that she will have to give up her right to vote, as the royal family is not allowed to. For an African-American woman, the right to vote is her pride and joy. That right was attained with lots of blood and tears, and giving it up for the sake of a relationship means that she is truly in love. But unfortunately, this love has led to her loss of political freedom.
If I wasn't acting, I would most likely be working in politics.
Meghan Markle changed her religion.
And was certain that I'd get into a career in foreign service, much like my character Rachel.
Meghan believes in marriage and the adage, "Your people shall be my people." Other than those beliefs, she's never personally been a member of any church, but rather is a member of the Episcopal Church by default. Her father, Thomas Markle, identifies with the church. Meghan is extremely tolerant of any religion, Christian or Muslim, but before marrying Prince Harry, she needed to be confirmed and baptized into the Church of England by the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, who is also set to marry them in May. Religion in England is serious business, and the British have fought hard and passionately to hold on to their religious sovereignty. It is for this reason that anyone who aspires to be a royal must first of all be baptized and confirmed. Kate Middleton also had to be confirmed before she could marry Prince William. For most liberals, this would be a big insult to them, but for the privilege of being a royal princess, setting aside your principles should be a no-brainer. The 45-minute ceremony to confirm her signaled her commitment to her betrothed, Prince Harry, and the royal family's acceptance of her as Prince Harry's future wife and England's princess. Meghan has the intent to change her citizenship.
What is the national animal of England? Am I supposed to know that?
Even though Meghan will marry the prince, she will not automatically become a British citizen by marriage. In order to marry Harry, though, she had to show intent to become a British citizen. At the moment, she is in Britain on a family visa that is only valid for 2.5 years. British immigration laws say that when a foreigner enters the country with the intent to marry a British citizen, they have to marry within 6 months of entry. A representative of the royal family has said that Meghan will follow all the immigration rules in order to become a citizen, which means that in 2.5 years, she will have to renew her visa in order to show intent to stay. One can only become a citizen after 5 years of continuous stay in Britain. Meghan, it seems, has a long way to go before she can be called a British citizen, but at least she will be a royal. She does not, however, plan to renounce her American citizenship. Rather, she plans to hold dual citizenship, which means she will be a British-American princess with both the privileges of the royal family and her family ties in America.
Name one thing you couldn't live without.
My passport.
She changed the way she dressed.
You can still dress really comfortably. I try to dress monochromatically. Just like some really great comfy trousers.
Meghan is known for chic see-through dresses and clingy blouses, as well as her signature ripped jeans. Well, this style of hers had to change before she could say yes. The royals have a strict dress code that has to be followed by anyone in the royal family. The women always have to look regal and well-kept. The first rule? No dresses above the knee. Of course, she was also expected to ditch the ripped jeans and short shorts. She seems to have no problem with this rule, as she has adapted quite well, and her new look reflects that. She has often been spotted wearing Burberry. It seems she's started to favor the British designers, probably because they seem to have a sense of what she should and should not be wearing as a princess-to-be. Meghan will also have to start wearing leggings like we normally see on Kate. The Queen favors leggings, and anything she likes goes. The Queen is also reportedly not a fan of wedge heels, so if Meghan wants comfort, it will not be achieved anywhere near the Queen. Sounds like hard work, but like we said, it's the price you pay to be a princess. No royal selfies.
When it comes to emojis and emoticons, I've got a serious problem with the chick in the red dress.
In today's world, it's all about selfies and Instagram. Popularized by all the celebrities, notably the Kardashians, not a minute goes by before one of them posts a selfie doing the most mundane things. This form of expression is fun and quite informative. It's therefore kinda sad that Meghan Markle, who has proven that fairy tales and dreams really do come true, is forbidden from enjoying and giving us this minor pleasure. When a fan requested a selfie, she is quoted as saying, "We're not allowed to do selfies." The royals have a lot of rules, and yes, they are royalty, but this one rule is a bummer. The reason for it, though, does make sense. Seeing as selfies require a certain amount of closeness, this can get dangerous, and they are royals after all, which translates to personal enemies and inherited ones. Keeping one's distance does maintain that aura of dignity and respect that they deserve. The rule on selfies is also intended to ensure they don't open a Pandora's box where every event they attend may result in flocks of people around them expecting a selfie. Once you've said yes to one person, saying no to the other is just rude. While this rule is in place, the royals can serve the people without all the sideshows. The only time this rule can be broken is with sick children or for a worthy cause. No autographs.
As this beautiful woman just sort of literally tripped and fell into my life, I fell into her life.
A year or two ago, Meghan Markle's signature was not worth much. To get a selfie with her or an autograph required you to pass by the set of suits and you'd wind up with one. Or just traipse by Seton Village and she would have probably invited you for dinner. Right now, her autograph is priceless and very rare. If you need one, sorry, you can't get it because she isn't allowed to give them anymore. Ouch. Much like the selfies, Meghan Markle is not allowed to give autographs. Being a celebrity and an actress, this one is hard since autographs are synonymous with actors. Members of the royal family, though, are not allowed to give autographs, and for Meghan to become a princess, she will have to adhere to this rule. Not that autographs are beneath them or illegal, it's just that the signature of a royal can attract forgers, and this would be disastrous. Her signature from now henceforth will be used to sign official documents, and it will be closely guarded to ensure that no specimens are floating around out there. Meghan Markle gave up the Tig.
It's time to, as you said, work as a team with you. Yeah.
Meghan was a blogger with a blogging site called The Tig, which is derived from the Tignanello Wine Company. She states that this is a hub for the discerning palate, those with a hunger for food, travel, fashion, and beauty.
It was such an oh, I get it kind of moment that for me it became a Tig moment.
It does give some good pointers on this, we have to admit. When she started dating Harry, though, her musings got a little bit more mellow and her character seemed to change. She got more philosophical, and it seemed her whole outlook on life got a lot more complicated. This should have been an indicator that the Suits actress was making major changes, but the truth is, no one ever expected her to get admission into the royal family. We were all proven wrong, though, as true love won, and she was expected to go into a social media blackout as a royal. So, Meghan shut down the Tig for good. It will be missed. She can't play Monopoly.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team.
This one made our heads spin in amusement. To become a princess, she is not allowed to play Monopoly ever again. I mean, we all love board games. Every family has 1 or 2 board games, and while most families appreciate the competitiveness it elicits, not to mention the time spent together, the royals are forbidden from playing this classic game because, like Prince Andrew admitted when he was gifted one, it gets vicious. We do admit it gets vicious, but on the other hand, it stimulates the brain, allowing one to think fast. That competitiveness is not so bad in families, and after a spirited game of Monopoly, the family feels rejuvenated. Well, Meghan can no longer play this game, and neither can any children the couple has in the future. That's business lost for the board game company, but again, a small price to pay. Before you go out hunting for your own royal fiancé, hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. And while you're here, go on and check out our other videos.
Oh, really? Please.
Boom.
You know you want to.
Thank you so much.